before that, they say, don't they, with competitions, you've got to be in it to win it. And no one knows that better than our next guest, Di Coke. Now, over the last 20 years, Di has won more than £300,000 worth of prizes.
Run that past me again.
£300,000. She's very, very successful.
She's obviously very good at this. Let's get into her secrets. We go to her home in sunny Brighton this morning to find out all about that. Di, good morning to you.
Good morning.
I hope good. I hope your luck rubs off on us with this as well. First thing is your name really Di Coke?
That is correct. My name was Di John, and I married Mr. Coke. So I sort of got myself a novelty name in the process.
And you didn't win that in a competition?
No, but I think I do win quite a lot of competitions with Coke, and I don't know if that's just luck.
Or an advertiser's dream.
Yeah. So £300,000 worth of prizes. How many competitions do you enter, say, over a week?
Well, sometimes I can be really, really enthusiastic and I can manage 100 competitions in a day. But generally, I'd say it's about 20 or 30 competitions a day.
100 in a
which
day?
might sound like a...
Sometimes you do 100.
Do you know some compers can do up to 300 comps a day or more? It's crazy.
Now, let me ask you, is that a job or is that an addiction?
If it is an addiction, I think it's actually a good one to have because, to be honest, it's a hobby that anybody can do, and most of the time it's free. You know, it needn't cost you any money, and getting the prizes is absolutely fantastic. It's such a great experience to win anything, even if it's a small prize. It adds a little bit of excitement to your life.
Of course. And what was the first thing you won that kind of started this thought process? Like, I'm good at this. I might do this some more.
Well, back in the 90s, I used to love going to music festivals, and I didn't really have enough money to go to them all. So I started entering competitions. It was in newspapers and magazines back then because it was before the internet really got popular. And I just used to send off postcard entries. And instead of just sending a plain postcard, I'd stick photos on, I'd draw on them sometimes just to make my entry stand out. And I used to win all the competitions I entered. I won backstage passes to Reading Festival, to Glastonbury Festival, and I was winning them for my friends as well as myself. And it started from there. I started entering different competitions. I won a guitar signed by Noel Gallagher. I won my first trip abroad to Dublin and then to New York and to Iceland. And really, I just thought, wow, this is an amazing hobby. What else can I win? So I suppose that's when the addiction started, really.
Well, make us all jealous then. You've mentioned some mouth-watering prizes there. What do you would say are the biggest prizes that you've won?
I won an amazing 3-week holiday to New Zealand with £1,000, and it was a Lord of the Rings themed holiday. So it had you visited all the locations of the movie. Was also wine tasting and meals included and kayaking. It was a massive adventure for me because I was in my 20s then, and it was the furthest I'd ever travelled, and it was just a dream come true, really.
Can I ask you, do you target certain prizes? Do you know something's coming up and you say, I want that and I am going to go for that specifically?
I do. I think I very much believe in the law of attraction when it comes to comping, and I do encourage anyone who wants to take it up to write a wish list. Don't just go out there and think, right, I'm going to enter every competition and eventually I'll win something. Have in your mind what you want to win. So my wish list this year, I had things like football tickets, a barbecue, a paddle board. I've got all sorts on it.
So a generation game, this, doesn't it?
Cuddly toy.
Yeah.
What about cars? Because, you know, often you see in competitions, the big prize is the car.
Yeah, I did win a car, and it was back in, I think it was 2002 now. So that was my Beetle, it was the only car I ever wanted to own. So that was a dream come true. But at the moment, I would love to win an electric car. So, I mean, maybe ITV might have one in one of their competitions soon, and I could give that a go, you know?
Yeah, you're very specific. I was watching telly last night, and up popped this advert for a £2 million house and a sports car.
I keep seeing that,
yeah. And, you know, I looked at it and I thought, fantastic, but I'm not going to enter that because I wouldn't have a chance. I just sort of ruled myself out before it would start. Your thinking must be different.
Well, some of the competitions I know that they're going to get so many entries, hundreds of thousands of entries. So what I try and do is focus on the kind of competitions that I think won't have as many people entering. So they won't be as widely advertised as that one, for example. But anything that you need to do a photograph or a video or write a funny little slogan or maybe call up the radio, something that takes a bit more work, those are the kind of competitions you're much more likely to win.
So you've got to stand out, make your entries stand out. What about your husband? You mentioned your son there, your husband Rob and your son. Did they benefit from these competitions? Do you target, you mentioned football tickets, is that for you or is that for them?
It's for all of us. We love football in this family and we've had some amazing football prizes. So my husband, we've actually been to Milan on a trip and he got to play football with Tony Adams and Robert Pires, which was a dream come true. He played in the San Siro Stadium. And then my son, he actually won a video competition himself and he won a place as a mascot at the FA Cup final, which was fantastic for him because he was mascot for Per Mertesacker. And my son had actually written a letter to Mertesacker when he was 4 because it was his favourite football player. And then a few years later, he got to walk out at Wembley with him. And it was, I think I cried for hours. It was just so emotional, that one.
We've got to leave it now, but just want to ask you entering anything today? Anything caught your eye?
I don't know what my plans are for today, but I'm going to get straight on Instagram and see what's on offer. I fancy some more vegan snacks.
Vegan snacks.
There's a big competition on ITV. I'm running all day. Beyond this show, you should have a look at that later.
Oh,
she was speechless. It left her lost for words. That whole bit there. What did you say? Sorry.
I said I might well do that, Eamon.
Yeah,
I'll check it out.
And good luck to Brighton this year,
and
because I know you're a big Brighton supporter as well. New challenges for them this year.
Absolutely.
Good. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
That's Diet Coke. I fancy a Diet Coke.
It's just like she hasn't heard that before.
Talking to her.
But it was interesting, I was reading about Di. She said people always say, oh, you're lucky I never win competitions. And she said, well, do you enter any? And they go, no, not really.
Yeah.
That's where you have to start.
You
need to enter.
That'd be me as well.